Okay, now that our margin is defined, the next thing we need is a crown. Um, Forgot to start screen recording before I got started, but all I did was click Insert Crown Form right here. And what that does is that will put this template of whatever you have set as the restoration up here. And this is in the quadrant system, so 1-6 is the first molar in the first quadrant. So wherever the 3D cursor was is where this crown form will pop in. And this is where I like to use this other view here. Turn off the magnet, and in each of these views, if you grab and move this, and it's only going to move in the plane that you're looking in. So here it'll move it in XZ, here in XY, etc. So you may notice that the crown looks pretty bad. You may be thinking, ugh, that is not good. But do not despair. This is what you're looking at here is really kind of a substructure that's controlling this kind of rough mesh is controlling a much finer mesh, which is what will get actually produced. And one way we can see that is by going into sculpt mode. It's a much nicer item. But by having kind of a set of control points, it becomes much easier to control the gross overall size and geometry of the crown without having to micromanage a bunch of vertices. So we'll go back here. Actually, let's get this a little more. I won't bore you with the details, but we'll just get this kind of roughly in place. You can hit S to scale, get bigger. That's fine. Alright, so you may notice something kind of funny going on here. If I grab this in Z and move it up, notice it's getting all pushed and deformed. And I'll even put it there. And what this is doing is I've got it set such that the opposing will always push it down so that it can't be made in hyperocclusion. So that's good. Put it back where it belongs. Right, and here you just kind of want to get it close. So what we'll do at this point is we'll turn off that. We'll go into edit mode. We just kind of want to clip off this excess. You don't have to be super exact, but just kind of look at it from the mesolar distal. Hold down K for knife, and just kind of snip that off. And yeah, that's great. Just want it to be approximate. Right here, you hit trim excess, and that will go away. Next thing we want to do is click on the margin to highlight it, hold down shift, click on the restoration, so they're both highlighted. You can do this here in the view, but it's a little tedious to try and click the line and then click on the crown. And we'll snap that to the margin. You can see it nicely seals it up. Alright, so now we're in a position to really refine this crown. And I don't think there's a need for me to show all that happening. But you can do is you can grab individual cusps and move them. If you use your proportional editing with the scroll wheel, you can move bigger pieces. In sculpt mode, we can use various brushes. The draw brush just adds. So you could accentuate ridges and grooves. One of my favorites is flatten. Say this were an older patient, could kind of add a wear facet here and there, or if it's a young patient, you can kind of inflate ridges and stuff like that. So I won't take you through this whole process, but I will go ahead and jump to one that I already did. This will take a few seconds to load. And there's one. And I even tried to add a little cusp of Carabelli there. And then from here, it's just one more step to sew the crown to the margin and form the inside. And that's it. A crown from start to finish in